everyone, and welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN's live coverage of boys high school hockey. Coon Rapids Cardinals hosting a non-conference opponent from Simley. Joey and Howie Shapiro sideline for tonight's game. And Howie, Coon Rapids team coming in off a couple of tough losses, now 5 in a row, trying to get something right against a good Simley team. Yeah,
they gave up 15 goals in their last 2 games, and obviously Coach Mo said this is something we have to correct. You're right, Simley's a good team. They're doing what they need to do. They're 4-2-1. They're playing some soft competition, but some decent competition as well. I think this will be a very interesting game between 2 coaches who know each other very well.
Yeah, the Coon Rapids coach, the former assistant behind the Simley coach, and we'll talk much more about that as we move along. But a good story between the pipes at both ends. On one end, coming in for Simley, a senior leader and a big part of their team.
Coach Kreiser said, we want to start from the net out. It's James Royce. He is very good. He calls him the leader of their team. And you look at his average of 1.96 goals against average, that 4-2-1 record, a couple of shutouts on the season. Cardinals are going to have to find a way offensively to challenge him and get the puck in the net.
And the back end for the home team, Danny Protas, a junior, getting his first varsity debut.
Always exciting when you get that first opportunity to start. And Protas, who is a big young man, going to take up some of that net. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of pressure Simley is going to put on him tonight.
And for Coon Rapids, they've got to get things turned back around after 5 straight losses, especially the last 2 in their division. And now after tonight's game, a little bit of a break. So they need to get something positive before going into the holidays.
Yeah, they're going to mix things up a little. They moved a couple of forwards back to defense, a couple of defenders up to forward. Coach Mo wants to shake things up a little bit, find that right combination as the season continues.
We'll take a short break. We'll be back with the first period after this. You're watching live boys high school hockey on CTN.
Looking for a new home? Come to Coon Rapids. Down payment assistance is available from the Mortgage Assistance Foundation when you purchase your new home with an FHA 203K mortgage. Any single-family home in need of renovation or rehab can qualify. Find out more today. Call 763-767-6422 or visit the city's website.
We love our new home.
There's a look at Austin Kreiser, head coach of the Spartans. His first trip to the Crick.
Yes.
Pretty impressed with our facility.
He was. There's head coach Steve Moe. Those 2 men coached together at Simley. Both were assistants. And in fact, they also started their head coaching career the same year. So it's a very interesting dichotomy between those two men. They have a lot of history, and they both obviously know each other very well.
There's a look at the big junior, Danny Protas. Danny's an interesting story. A couple of seasons lost to injury over the past 3 years. And he has battled through it. Big, strong kid, fundamentally sound. And a big turnover. He'll be tested early. First shot kicked right back out. Simley recovers, spin around off the side of the cage by Watson. Hammond pushes it behind before he's pushed down. Pieri can't get the pass through. Nice breakup by Crosby. Back on defense now. Here's another chance blocked by Hammond. Crosby sends it ahead, tried to spring Tommy Carls, but it's going to be touched. Icing waved off. It's recovered in the corner by Myers and played around. Carls knocks it free. Pieri trying to center. Nobody there for the home squad. And coming to center is Simley, played in deep by Walker Smith.
Talked to Coach Kreiser. He said, we want to get off to a fast start here tonight. We want to get on the board first. We want to pressure them.
Van Hulsen waits too long, turns it over in the corner. Simley plays it back out to the point. Gorman is shot tipped up and out of play off the stick of Jamie Warwick. And Warwick, since he in the offensive zone, that means the faceoff will come outside the blue line. Quick look at the starters. Watson between Gorman and Smith with Schultz and Meyer on the blue line for the Spartans. Royce is the starting keeper. Pieri started out up front along with Tommy Carls and Duncan McKenna. Michael Crosby on the blue line with Matt Hammond. And of course, we talked about Danny Protas getting his first start and another chance to get a pad on it there, and he kicked it way out. Recovered though by Simley, and the Spartans able to keep Coon Rapids bottled up in their own end a couple of times early in this contest. Coon Rapids having trouble getting it out as it's knocked off the stick of Knapp. Stick saved in the corner by Protas.
Coach Mo said we've been having trouble getting the puck out of our zone, and you can see it here tonight. They're continuing to have a little trouble here so far.
Lockinen able to play it out to center, trying to knock it down. Turning with it is Van Holzen, goes across. Ammons sends it ahead. Got off the stick of Tyler George. He recovers, takes it in, and will just dump it in on the backhand and get a line change. Back through center for the Spartans is Schultz. Cross-ice pass didn't click, and Robinson in offside. And another face-off just outside the Coon Rapids blue line.
So far, Protas 3 shots on net he's faced. One early on as this game started. This is a senior-dominated team, Simley. 10 seniors on the roster. Coach Kreiser looks for them for leadership.
Stick handling through traffic was Watson, but lost it in the corner. Simley trying to regain control on the near side. Crosby pokes it to the corner. Ammon there to recover and take it along the end boards. Tries to cuts up front. Had his pocket picked there by Watson. Watson run into up top by Wyatt Ball, and it's sent back in deep. Erickson will take it behind his own net. Pass had a little too much on it. Kept in at the blue line. Played across. Shot through traffic. It didn't make it. Ammon got in the way. Another block shot for the big senior captain defenseman. Crosby will just flip it up high and send it all the way down. Icing waved off, just doesn't have enough on it. Long pass ahead, deflected into the zone by Gorman, recovered behind by Van Holzen. His pass can't stay on the stick of Pieri, and it's sent back in deep by Simley. Van Holzen beaten to the puck by Carlson, ties up along the end boards. It's recovered there and sent out by Rollman. Rollman trying to get across the top of the circle. Now across comes to Roach. His shot deflected through that traffic. Here's Tommy Carls looking for some speed and finding a little bit of room. Tried to slide it back across to McKenna, but the pass was broken up. Spartans trying to generate through the neutral zone, but a stick lost means a regroup at their own blue line. That one all the way down. That'll be icing, and a face-off coming up at the Simley end.
Nice little move by Tommy Carls to try and create some space for himself. And you've been talking about him for years, and my first opportunity to see him, and I know he's an exciting player.
Another face-off win for Simley, pushed out to center by Watson. Watson will recover and bring it back in deep. Knapp trying to get it up the board, stopped up there by Gorman walking in. Deflected into the far corner. George, cross-ice pass. That'll hop over the stick of Nick Lockinen into the zone. Jacob Myers now back out to center for Simley, and he'll fire it into the far corner. Watson, first one there, just kind of touched it, left it where George could scoop it up and send it back the other way off the stick of Knapp. Off the near side glass by Myers. Simley able to force the puck back in deep, create numbers down low. Watson trying to walk out front when they prevented Gorman from getting to the slot for the one-on-one, and now it's just played off the glass all the way down. This will be icing, and Coon Rapids getting a much-needed line change.
Yeah, and alleviate a little pressure as well. Cardinals still looking for their first shot on goal here. 12-12 left in this first period. We are scoreless.
Coon Rapids able to win the faceoff. Crosby behind his own net. Lost the handle a bit. Poked out to center by Ball where he can recover. Nearly swept away from him, but he keeps control. Now dumps it in deep and gives chase. Controlled by Roach. He'll play it back in behind. And Sherry will get it back to Roach in the near corner. Roach bumped, sliding it along, but not out. Kept in along the board by Erickson. Spartans able to bring it to the center, get it in deep, and they get off for a line change as Crosby comes from behind his net. Crosby off the near boards, nearly touched. Tommy gives chase, icing waved off. Carls collides in the corner with Warwick. Warwick sends it ahead, and it's a 2-on-1 for the Spartans. Schultz will take the shot, the save, no, the goal as it slid through. And Simley is on the board first.
Yeah, Protas looked behind him like he felt he didn't have control of that puck. And as you mentioned, Spartans going to draw first blood here. Evan Schultz with the goal, getting behind Protas. We'll see it again. Does a nice job just skating around the defender. You can see it go right through that 5-0.
Looked like he had it pretty tight, got it together quickly, but not quick enough. Schultz snaps it through, had just enough to trickle across the line.
That's Schultz's second goal of the season.
Hammond trying to flip it into the zone and now bullying his way across the blue line. Simley quickly turns it around. And recovered by Reutman down deep. Sends it back to Schultz, walking to the slot. A shot just wide. Nearly came off the back end boards out front. Free puck kept in by Myers. Coon Rapids plays it back. Myers can't keep it in this time. Here's Schultz. Will fire from the blue line off the back end board. Jeremiah Simonson near side for Knapp. Knapp will send it in where Royce stops it up behind his net. Simley able to break out quickly, but pass intercepted and played back in by Van Holzen. A misplay and an opportunity for Watson trying to get around the corner. He'll drop it for Smith. Smith will circle away from pressure and wait for reinforcements. Out to the point, the shot through traffic off the pad of Protas. Out to the point, Gorman. His shot didn't make it past Van Holzen. And he's able to skate back to center and dump it in right on Royce for the Cardinals.
5 shots on net so far for Simley here. Cardinals trying to generate some offense of their own, but having difficulties getting the puck out of their own end.
Puck pops over the stick of Pieri. Now he swings it along and it's tipped away from McKenna and then iced. .9:21 remaining first period. Simley, the goal by Schultz. Have the 1-0 lead. Coon Rapids still looking for the first shot on goal of the night. Carls pushes the puck to the corner. Simley able to win the race and play it around to the near side. Pass broken up by McKenna, kept in. Ammon can't hold the second time though, and an offside will bring it back out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Cardinals trying to generate their offense, Joe, just the one goal in the last couple of games, and they need, obviously, some production here. You just want to get off the schneid. You want to get that win. You have the one win on the season. Like to try and start a streak here.
Shot by McKenna, misses wide. Played high and all the way down by Simley, and that'll be icing again.
8:54 remaining in period number 1. Simley with that 1-0 lead.
Simley wins the faceoff, whipped around by Myers. First one there is Knapp for the Cardinals. He's nudged off it. And it's played out to center. Good back check by Van Holzen, taking it away from Whittem. Back to George, flying the left wing, cuts back in, finds a little room, backhand across. A shot, didn't make it through the sliding defenseman as he tried to set up Lackinen on the right side.
A good thought. Nice job by George getting the puck over.
Saw that second defenseman, Schultz, commit.
Yep.
That left Lackinen open with a good opportunity, but Schultz able to slide back and get the block, and then it got tied up in his uniform. So we have another face-off deep in the Spartans' end. They win the draw again. Roach off the skate of Gorman. Coon Rapids able to send it back in deeper. Roach will get it back out to center, and Van Holzen sends it right back in deep where Royce will stop it. Sherry will send it around far side for Smith. George tried to take it away and turned it over in traffic. Coming back the other way, Watson snaps it in a save in the midsection by Danny Protas.
The Simley team coming off a big win over Austin where they scored 7 goals, so they're able to put the puck in the net. Coach Kreiser said, we're winning those games we're supposed to win. Just hoping things continue to go right for their season as well. There he is.
Shot from Schultz doesn't make it through. A quick attempt there by Warwick is off the pads. Coon Rapids trying to recover. Ammon flips it off the glass out to center where it's gloved down by Gorman and sent across for Schultz. Schultz off the near board. Ammon sends it right back in for the Cardinals. Pass deflected, kept in at the line by Ammon. Gloving it down is Myers. This time he sends it out. Crosby will get there first, back in his own zone. Sends it right back to center, and it's right back in by Gorman. And now Crosby with a little bit of room. Take a look, and the pass floats over the stick of Robinson, back into the Spartans' end, where it's turned up by Gorman. Ammon reads it, gets the steal, gets it into the zone, and now just plays it to the far corner, where it's Carl's getting there first. He's rubbed out along the end board. Warwick will play it around and out. A steal at center by Watson. Van Holzen able to come back over and disrupt before he could get a clean shot off, and Protas able to cover it up. But good read by Robbie Watson. He's had a real nice start.
Yeah, he's a good hockey player. Again, just a nice job here. Able to snap off a shot. Protas able to make that save.
Van Holzen sends it around far side. Smith takes Peary into the boards. Charles plays it out to center. Regrouping are the Spartans. Myers ahead to Watson. Steps around Van Holzen. Recovered by Pieri. And now Van Holzen along for McKenna. Just out of the reach of Carls. Chopped back in the zone. But McKenna sends it across to Pieri. And tipped in deep. Cardinals give chase. Played around behind. Broken up by Carls. Walking out front. Tried to get it across. Pieri couldn't get a stick on it. Pieri leaves in the corner for McKenna. He'll cycle it back again, and now Pieri behind for Tommy Carls. Centering, nobody there. Keeping it in at the line is Erickson. Pieri to Carls. Trying to walk out of the corner, will circle back in. And now we'll try and step through. A shot, a goal for Duncan McKenna. Drawing the defense was Tommy Carls. And McKenna, a quick release off the pass. As the Cardinals back even with 5:58 remaining in the first.
That was a pretty assist by Tommy Carls, and nice job on the goal there, but he all set it up as he drew the defense to him and just fed the puck to Duncan McKenna. You're going to see 20
There's
right
one,
there.
There's two.
Yep.
And
nice goal.
perfect
Cardinals
positioning
needed that.
by Pieri. He knew the defenseman is guarding him. Took his eyes off his man. But a great quick release by Duncan McKenna.
That's Duncan's first goal of the season.
Second.
Oh, and the stats are off.
I'm gonna go with arena announcer Jeff Kerr.
I will as well.
Except they announced it as Ammon. Wasn't Ammon.
No, it was not Ammon.
So we're right.
Of course
it is
we
the
are.
first. Shot from the point,
yeah,
didn't have a lot on
Ammon
it.
has 1 goal on the season, so that makes sense.
Brodus covers it up and will wait another face-off in front of him. Won by Simley. Schultz through traffic, padded to the corner by Brodus. Recovered there by Reitman. Out to Schultz. Winds, fires, and the save by Brodus.
Well, Brodus definitely getting tested here in this first period. That's the 11th shot on net.
Well, you like those ones.
Yeah.
Long way out. You can see it a long time.
Oh, they corrected it. They gave it to McKenna.
Shot through traffic, now deflected up and over off the glass. Kept in near side by Gorman. Played in deep, right back out. To the backhand was Whittam, but he played it wide. Schultz winds, fires, another save by Brodus. Hops out on the rebound. And he's pointing as a goal. So Brodus didn't have control to the whistle. Going to the net. Pays off for the Spartans.
I think I had a chance to take another look at it. I'm not sure who they gave that goal to. We'll see it coming up here. As you mentioned, pressuring to the net.
Oh, he did not. He came up short. And they're going to say that his defenseman carried the offensive player in. Never stopped the momentum of the puck. He dove out and he came up just short, unfortunately.
Coach Mo's getting an explanation from our official. Peterson with the goal. That'd be Peterson's 2nd goal of the season.
And so just that quickly, Cardinals trailing again as we close in on the final 5 minutes here in the opening period. Tied up near corner. Bunch of bodies battling for control down low. Crosby able to dig it free and send it around for George on the right side. Ahead for Knapp through center. Knapp sweeps it along. Tries to get down deep in front of Roach. And now played around behind by Lockening. Simley right back out, and we'll have our first penalty of the game. As a little shoulder shiver. And an interference penalty going to be called against Connor Carlson for the collision with Tyler George.
Well, an opportunity to see the Cardinals on the power play. Coach Mo said that on their penalty kill unit, they're going to be aggressive, so we'll see what they do coming out here, skating a man short.
You watch it after the play, just kind of throws the shoulder and takes him out away from the play. First opportunity for either squad on the power play. Schultz stopped up by Pieri and recovered by Carls. Out to point for George. George walks to center. Wrist shot through traffic, gloved easily by Royce.
Yeah, Royce able to see that one all along. He pulls it in.
Pieri sends it into the corner. Cardinals give chase. Getting control along the boards momentarily is Myers. Cardinals outnumber and come away with the puck. Carls out to George. Back to Carls along the boards. Down low, Pieri. Pieri had it knocked off his stick and now sent all the way down by Simley. Hammond behind his own net will leave it for George. George Across for Pieri. Into the zone, and he's bumped off along the boards. Recovered, and George can't keep it in. Quick play out to center midway through this power play. Send it to Tommy. He's got a little bit of space. He gets in, and Royce makes the save.
Oh, he's got some speed to him as well. He's able to get through the defender, but easy save for Royce on that shot.
I told him he should stay in 20. It's a good number.
Yeah, he's got 15.
Cicerelli.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he will go back to 15 when the official jerseys come in. Van Holzit at his own blue line. Leaves it for Crosby. Crosby circling back in his own end. Gains a little bit of speed and able to get around Watson. Into the zone. Around behind. And through traffic. I'm not sure if that made it through on net or not. Hit some bodies out front. With a goalie as good as Royce, you definitely want that puck to change direction on the way to him, if possible. Shot through traffic, patted away. Wraparound attempt was thwarted by a good positioning by Walker Smith. Out to the point. Crosby for Lockenin. Carries down low, spins to the corner. Roach gives a swat with the stick. Lockenin leaves it back behind. The centering attempt broken up. And it's flipped out to center, glove down by Crosby, and he'll send it in. And Coon Rapids can get a line change. Simley trying to flip it to Carlson, fresh out of the penalty box.
Yeah, nice play.
Here's a turnover in a dangerous spot. Pieri walking in, looking for help. Will take this shot, glove save, and while Royce did not make the catch, he was able to keep it right in front of him and make the save.
Yeah, I was going to say, nice play by Crosby to keep that puck away, because Carlson was streaking to the other end. Shot right on there. Royce able to play the rebound.
Smith stopped up by Carls. Back into the corner. McKenna slowed and taken off it by Schultz behind the net. Carls sends it back to McKenna. McKenna spinning away from the traffic and gets it back down to Carls, who's tied up along the boards by Watson. Carls able to come away with it. Stops up. And we'll leave it back for Pieri. Out to Ammon. His shot blocked right away. Kept in on the far side by Simonson. Disagreeing was the Simley bench, but it doesn't matter, and it leads to 2-on-1. Late pass. And Gorman couldn't fire on the one-time attempt. Ammon sends it the length of the ice, and we'll have a face-off back at the Coon Rapids end with 1:12 remaining in this first period. Simley a 2-1 lead.
Well, Ammon clears that puck to get a change here, but as you saw the pass, not able to get it on a stick.
Another shot through traffic. Protas tracks it well and takes it in the tummy. Another whistle.
Yeah, again, just make sure he covers that puck, gets that face off to his right.
Warwick wins the draw. Reitman fires wide. Roach sends it back behind. Centered, but unable to control out front was Warwick. Puck still loose. Comes out to Roach's shot, and Protas this time able to hang on. You saw him kind of glance over his shoulder. Again, not quite sure where that puck was.
He had it.
But he had it with him. 49 seconds left. Well, nothing like breaking him in quickly.
Yeah.
Simley again holding the zone. The shot through traffic, and
Got to hang on to that puck.
Skipped up into the equipment on Protas. He's got another save, and Simley on pace for over 45 shots in this game.
They're getting shots on net. The Cardinals just 5 in this first period. We talked about them having some difficulty offensively. Has the one goal here.
Roach through traffic, ended up in the far corner, kept in over there by Gorman. This shot played away by Protas. Cardinals can't clear the zone though, held there by Carlson. Carlson taken off it by George. Crosby across for Ammon, a glance at the clock and held in a little less than 15 seconds. Centering pass broken up by Michael Crosby. Crosby skates to center. Crosby lost the handle as he crossed the blue line, and offside will bring the face-off with 6.5 seconds remaining.
It looked like they had maybe a little opportunity to get something, threaten something here before the end of that first period, but the offside hurts their chances.
Michael arguing, I still had control. Cardinals send it in deep. Royce sees it roll into the corner. It'll be pinned there by Myers. We'll get a buzzer and a break. Simley on top by 2-1 score as we reach the end of the first. We'll take a break, get some reaction. After this, you're watching live high school hockey on CTN.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
At the Coon Rapids Ice Center, a 2-1 Simley lead as we reach the first intermission. We're joined by Coon Rapids head coach Steve Moe, and coach, a good fast starting team in the Spartans. How do you slow them down moving forward?
We got to keep things a little more simple. I think as the period kind of went along, we grew into the game a little bit, but it was small, simple plays, quick little passes. They're aggressive, they're fast, so we have to make sure we're head man the puck to break their pressure.
Coach, tough second goal to give up. Talk about your goaltender, Danny Protas, getting his first varsity start. Talk about your thoughts on that first period for his action.
I thought he was pretty composed for the most part. He'd probably like to have that first one back. The second one, what did he do on a big scrum when probably getting pushed all over the place. So, but I thought he was pretty poised, and for his first start, he can be happy with that period.
Well, you got to take a little bit of pressure off him moving forward. Appreciate you joining us. Coach, we'll let you get to your team. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll take another break, and we'll be back with first period stats and highlights after this. You're watching live high school hockey on CTN.
So we were walking to school.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart.
cheese pizza.
Sometimes her mind wanders.
We should have a sleepover.
I remember saying, Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have another bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. Go to understood.org, a free online resource with support and tools to help your child thrive.
Inside the creek, first intermission and a 2-1 lead for the Simley Spartans. A 4-2 team coming in to take on the Cardinals, who have lost 5 in a row. And Coon Rapids got it back even, Howie, but then right back behind as Simley just generates a lot of pressure. 16 shots in the first period.
Coach Moe talked about, we have to do some things differently, and his goaltender facing those 16 shots, 2 got behind him. The big key for them, generate some offense. You saw they controlled the puck down in the Simley and right around the 6-7 minute mark, but not able to continue to keep that up.
Well, and the Spartans, as soon as they get it, they're just getting it out of the zone. A lot of icing calls in that first period, but Schultz coming down the wing on a 2-on-1 and somehow snuck that one through the equipment of Danny Protas. It trickles across the goal line and gets Simley on the board just under 6 minutes in. And the pressure kept coming He saw a lot of pucks in that first period and a lot of good opportunities. Coon Rapids able to even it. Quick one-timer from Duncan McKenna on the feed from Tommy Carls. But shortly thereafter, the Spartans jumped right back on the scoreboard. This time a scrum, as Coach talked about, crashing the net and getting the goal was Trent Peterson off the shot by Schultz. So Schultz has a goal and an assist to have his Spartans in front 2-1.
And you know, they'll come out here in the second period. We'll see what they do a little differently. There you see the 16 shots on net for Simley, just 5 for the Cardinals. And that's something they'll have to pick up. They'll have to get a little more pressure. They'll have to get some opportunity to pressure Rice a little bit more in the second period.
Well, you talked about it. Coach mentioned he felt they were getting into the game a little bit better later in the period. Can that continue? Can they generate more offense at the Spartan goaltender? We'll find out when the game returns to CTN after this. Back at Coon Rapids Ice Center, set to get the second period underway. One goaltender hasn't been tested very much. The other one, a fair showing in period number 1, stopping 14-16 in his varsity debut.
Well, if you want to get a test right away, this is doing it for Danny Brodus.
Yeah, Coon Rapids has to get that momentum turned around a little bit moving forward if they hope to break their losing streak. Because Royce is good.
Yes, but they have to test him a little bit more.
You have to move the puck and you have to move the goaltender.
Oh, let's see if they
have to test him.
They can do that here in period number 2. And of course, you know, Simley continue to apply the pressure. They've been able to do that in the first period, hence a couple of goals.
I don't know what exactly our discussion is down at the visiting net. But our official having a word with Royce, and
I'm not sure what they could possibly be talking about.
Well, we have a discussion with the coach. We have a discussion with some players at center. Oh, he's retired.
I got you. Okay.
I didn't think with the way he was.
That's weird.
With the way, I didn't think he was actually retying something. It didn't, but yeah, that's what he was doing. And now we're ready to play. Carls trying to slip past Watson into the zone. Watson's able to stop the puck and then stop Kirby Pieri. Simley able to get it back out of the zone. Crosby ahead looking for Carls. Jumps around a defender. Slowed up a little bit. He'll take the shot. Save made by Royce, and he'll hold on.
Getting this shot right in on Royce. Puck trickled out a little bit in front of him. He was able just to easily grab it.
And he's going to stop that shot more often than not. Looking low, hoping to create a bounce. But Simley took away the pass. No opportunity to try and get McKenna at the back door. Spartans win the draw, kept in at the line by Ammon. They sneak it back ahead for Reitman, and Reitman across near side for Carlson. Dropped it, a chance on the backhand for Carlson, ends up behind the net, sent across through the crease, behind the keeper, and now back on the stick of Carlson. Carlson up top, leaves it off for Roach. A one-time chip shot up and over the net by Sherry. That shot deflected and ends up wide. Recovered by Crosby out of the corner. Cross ice for McKenna. Tommy was spun around. Puck came loose. Simley brings it to center. Centering pass taken away by Carl. Sidesteps another Simley player into the zone. Cuts across. Takes the shot right into the midsection of Royce. And he holds on for another faceoff.
Okay, Carl's getting a couple of shots here on net here in the second period. Again, nice moves to create a little space for himself.
It's pretty good with the toe drag. George able to win the faceoff, poked into the corner by Lockinen where George recovers. Now had it taken away by Schultz. Ahead for Whittam. Slapped off his stick into the zone. Icing waved off, and first one there is Peterson. Round behind, tried to get it out to the point. Schultz has to keep it in. Back across, that shot deflected out front, a rebound and a goal. Trent Peterson coming in to clean up on the back door.
Yeah, again, not much Brodus could do about that. He's down on the ice. The
Well, and again,
puck rebounded it off his pad.
A deflected shot changed it to be a toe save instead of a stick save. Rebound comes loose, and Peterson puts it home. And it's a 3-1 lead.
That was a goal the Cardinals did not want to afford to give up. You see it there, and
Peterson picking up his second of the game to make it 3-1, and a quick chance off the faceoff. Centering attempt just out of the reach of Walker Smith.
Scoring for Simley, his second goal of the evening, second goal is assist number 27, Trent Peterson. Assist number 22, Carter Robinson, number 20, Jacob Myers. Time of goal, 151. Peterson from Robinson and Myers at 151.
Kept in at the blue line. Anderson's shot deflected into the corner. Hammond had it hop over his stick. Cross ice pass tipped away, but now pushed ahead for Walk Smith into the zone. Looking to pass, finds the trailer. Shot misses wide by Gorman. Recovered by by Smith again. Broken up, and Coon Rapids able to get it to center. Kicked back in by Gorman and touched offside. So a face-off with 14-14 remaining in the second.
Spartans continue to put pressure in on the Cardinal net. 3 shots on goal for them, 2 for the Cardinals.
Face-off, one back to the Simley defenseman, sent in. Crosby head up, looking to play it. Does so off the glass, out to center, and it's played across to Schultz. Schultz spins away and back out to center. Backhand pass off the skate of Noah Reifman. Back into the corner. He'll bump Crosby there. Simonson overskated it a little bit, now able to poke it ahead. McKenna sweeps it to Tommy Carls, and Carls with it, speed to center. Tipped off his stick, McKenna recovers. He's rubbed off it. Simonson can't hold it in on the near side. Pieri plays it across for Van Holzen. Van Holzen looks to change direction. Chased into the corner by Reitman and held up there. Loose puck recovered by Carlson. Shot from in tight. A rebound save by Brodus.
Yeah, at first Brodus, I don't think he realized where the puck was, but it was right there at his pads.
Well, Howie, we have a new viewer in Arizona.
Welcome.
Tuning in.
I'm sure the weather's a lot nicer. Well, it's not bad, actually,
It's
today.
actually very nice, but it's going to get very cold.
But much nicer in Arizona. Well, thanks for watching. We appreciate it.
Coon Rapids wins the draw. Knapp through center. Slowed up by Roach, and Roach able to get it back out to neutral ice. Lockinen sends it in. George down and around behind, staying out of the reach of Myers, out to the point. Hammond will send it back to George, tried to flip it behind. That was stopped up there by Roach. And now Roach with it behind his own net. Peterson quickly moves it ahead for Robinson, and That one off the stick of Whittam into the zone. Ammon recovers for the Cardinals. Near side for Knapp. Plays it along the boards. Kept in there by Peter Gorman. Recovered by Peterson. The cross walking in is Sherry. His shot is blocked. Back out to Roach. That shot deflected, ended up in the corner. Played out to the point. Schultz hits traffic. That one's blocked by Tyler George. And the Cardinals able to chop it out to center. Quick regroup, and Sherry has it back into the zone. Van Holzen trying to force it out. Lockinen plays it across to the near side. Off the boards for Roach. Back off the boards for Smith. Smith ahead for Watson. He's got a friend. Well, tried to go last second, and the pass across. Broken up by Van Holzen. Back down low for Watson. It didn't click, and Protas pushes it to the corner. Now Ammon will play it off the boards. Tipped it long by Knapp, but stopped up by Smith and played back in behind. Gorman stops it up, taken off of his stick by George, and he charges to center. George will get the blue line, just play it in, get a line change. Ball can't control it, kept in at the blue line by Drew Erickson. Stopped up near side by Caden Anderson. Numbers for the Spartans, and they're able to bring it to center. Watson will flip it in on Protas, and Protas will just cover up and give his guys a chance to make sure they got the right personnel on the ice, and they're all on the same page.
Well, and again, somebody doing a good job of controlling the action down in the Cardinal end. Cardinals, again, having difficulty getting that puck out of their own zone. And that's something that Coach Mo had talked to us about, and they're trying to continue to work on that. It's been an Achilles heel for them here this season.
Quick shot and a goal off of the face-off. Connor Carlson just dug in as the center's tied up. He came in, dug it free, and snapped it low and through the 5-hole to make it a 4-1 lead.
A nice goal by Carlson there, as you mentioned, off that face-off. We're going to see it here. He's just going to snap it past Protas. And that's a 4-1 lead for Simley. They've been able to open this now against Coon Rapids.
And right back in on the attack are the Spartans.
His fourth goal.
Reitman plays it to the point. That shot is blocked. Comes out to center, and the Spartans will regroup just inside their own line. Sherry ahead, deflected into the zone by Reitman. Crosby backs in, and now lays it right back out to center. Turning with it is Myers. Tipped in by Warwick. That one played right back out, and we've got a penalty behind the play. And see what happened, but a Cardinal, Drew Erickson, ended up sliding in the corner, and it's going to be another Coon Rapids power play.
The Cardinals want to try and take advantage of the extra skater being down 4-1. 10:36 remaining in period number 2, and they've dug themselves a little bit of a hole here.
Wyatt Ball will handle the draw, tie up, and Simley able to recover.
2 minutes for head contact.
Kept in by Van Holzen. Down low is Ball. He'll carry behind. To Lockinen along the boards. Up top, Crosby. And now Lockinen. Crosby. Van Holzen will send it in deep. Schultz trying to tie up along the boards, comes free with it for the Spartans. Knocked down and held by Van Holzen, but numbers behind. Flipped ahead. Protas out to play it, and he'll get it out to center. Like to see my goaltender clearing his own zone, especially in that situation. The defense got a little too aggressive.
Sometimes you have to take charge, come out of your net, and try and clear that puck, beat the skater to the puck.
tied up in the corner and now poked free. Pieri working in there for the Cardinals. Held up by Roach. Carl's able to dig it free. Plays it out to the point. Ammon stops it up on his backhand. Down low to Kirby Pieri. Up top. George's shot. A shoulder save. Rebound. Bounces free. Played in behind. Pieri trying to get to it. Swept to the corner. Pieri ridden off of it there by Carlson. George will recover for the Cardinals. Across Ammon. Back down for Pieri. He'll carry into the corner, and it tipped off his stick by Sherry and played around. And here's a one-on-one back the other way. Carlson will snap it wide. Carl's calling for the puck at center ice. He'll get it. He'll toe drag across the defender. Go to the backhand. Royce way out of the net. And Tommy just didn't have a place to put it back in. Too many men on the ice. They're going right back on the power play. They caught the Cardinals because Tommy got the goaltender all the way out of the net and tried to center, and just about everybody came in looking to clean up because Royce.
There you see the move by Carl's, able to get past the defender, pull Rice out of the net.
Even when you know that it's coming, that's not an easy move to defend.
So another 2 minutes skating with the advantage.
Two-on-one, shorthanded, across, saved by Protas.
Nice
Gorman
job.
tried to go back where it came from, and Protas able to get it with a blocker. Van Holzen the other way. That save made by Royce. Got away from locking in a little bit, and then the pass hops over the stick of Crosby all the way back to the Coon Rapids end. Simley had a broken stick, so an opportunity for Jacob Myers to rush to the bench. Long time being shorthanded in the period of the long change, and a turnover at center ice. Warwick back the other way. Kick save, swept out, but not out. And almost could have been too many men on the ice again as Carlson played it and kept it in momentarily. And the player he was coming onto the ice for was not yet quite all the way off the ice. Pieri get it into the zone. A little less than 45 seconds left on the power play. Shot from the point by Crosby. Handled by the glove hand of Royce.
And Cardinals not able to generate much on opportunities on the power play. They had that 2 minutes previous to this, and now they're down to about 40
Which
seconds.
They actually had no shots on goal
right
in that first power play. They've got a couple here in the second of the extended power play. Pieri to face off against Warwick to the left of Royce. He's able to win the draw. Carl's back to Ammon, across for Tyler George. George snapshot deflected by Carlson, recovered by Pieri. Pieri will skate out of the reach. And a wraparound attempt by Tommy Carls. And he didn't quite get around the front of the puck. Shot through traffic by Ammon, stopped up and swept into the corner by Sherry. Therefore it is Carls out to the point. Shot by George, deflected, goes wide. Wrap around attempt. Backdoor, Tommy Carls, a goal.
Yeah, again, you just leave him there. Defense did not come out and challenge him. And a nice pass to Tommy Carls, and he puts it past Rice.
Was another wraparound attempt, this time by Duncan McKenna, and he lost the handle, but he was able to come out and recover it. You heard Tommy slapping on the ice at the back door. You can see him sneaking in there. He calls for the puck. McKenna gets it there, and Carls buries it, and it's a 4-2 game.
Oh, and they needed that goal, Joe. They were down 4-1. They needed some sort of momentum to try and tilt their way. They're going to cut this lead in half, and I believe that's Tommy's third goal of the season.
And he's only been back a handful of games.
Yep, goal number 3.
And of course, nobody scored in their last contest.
Right.
I believe this is his 5th game back. Boy, Simley wanted to answer again right off the draw. But still some work to be done. Well, Coon Rapids able to get it in and at least get it near enough the net that Royce could scoop it up. Number 7's facing off. George able to win it for the Cardinals. Shot by Crosby was blocked. Lockinen leaves it for George. Tried to send it back out to the point. Broken up by Carlson. And now skating through center is Reitman. Leaves it off. Shot, rebound, Reitman, a goal. Now a goal. You're going to say he kicked it in.
Well, and that Protas, a big rebound there, too, right in front of the net. We'll take a look and see it here.
Yeah, it's the right call.
Yeah.
Reitman just trying to play it ahead to his stick maybe, but couldn't get his stick to it. And that's definitely a kicking motion. Right call. You saw Reitman's head whip around immediately. He knew that it had gone off his skate, of course. And just a matter of whether the official deemed it as a distinct kicking motion or not. Free puck comes to Karls. Karls able to get around one defenseman, back across, draws the penalty. The goal by Van Holsen, top corner. Karls back to his feet. He was a little slow to get up. He was taken out hard. And I guess a free shot against Tommy Karls, but the Cardinals get the goal out of it.
Well, and that's a big goal. Now you cut this lead down to 4-3. You're right back in this hockey game. Big goal for the Cardinals. Able to score that second, come back relatively short period of time and score that third.
That probably should have been more than a 2-minute penalty. That's... Came at him up high with both hands, but
Jake's
left Van Holsen the opportunity to get to the net, and we're back to a 1-goal game. 5.5 to play in the second period. Simley back on the attack. Watson will carry behind. Pressured and puck taken away. Here's Karls back the other way. Pass was a little bit behind McKenna. McKenna sweeps it back for Karls into the zone. Shot and a goal! Wow. And we're all tied up!
Pretty goal by Tommy Karls. And really in a game, Joe, that looked like Simley was going to control this one. Coon Rapids scoring 3 goals in a short period of time.
Well, I'll tell you, Tommy, it's not hard to recognize the talent. He's a good player. But you take a shot at him like he just took, he's a tough kid, and that's just going to make him angry.
Well, yeah, and the best way to get retaliation is to do just that, with the puck in the back of the net. And we're tied up at 4.
Karls, second of the game. He's got 2 assists as well. So in on all 4 Coon Rapids goals. Cardinals play it in on Royce, and Royce is going to cover that one up. Momentum has shifted to the home team, and despite being outshot 24-13, we're all tied at 4 apiece.
I'll give credit to the Cardinals for not hanging their heads down 4-1. They continue to fight in this hockey game, and it paid off.
3 very quick goals over the span of just 1:25 seconds. Schultz into the zone. He's got a pair tonight. No, he's only got 1. It's Carlson who has a pair. Played in deep by Ball. He'll give chase and tie up with Watson into the corner. Puck controlled by George to lock it in, a shot. And a bad save by Royce. Across for George. Fanned on the pass attempt, and Ammon overskated it. Crosby able to win the race, use his body to get the puck. It does end up in Simley's control out front. Ammon able to come away with it. George coming in to help is going to take the first penalty of the game for the Coon Rapids Cardinals.
Yeah, it happens at 4:07 remaining in the second period. The first opportunity for Cardinals to be on the penalty kill, and of course Simley to be on the power play. Yeah. Can't do that.
Voluntarily has been assessed for Rapids for 7. Tyler George, 2 minutes for checking from behind. Time of penalty 12:53. George checking from behind. 12:53.
I'm surprised it would be a check from behind penalty and not a cross check. I actually wrote down cross check. Rarely do you see a check from behind that's not, you know, that's away from the boards. Either way, it's the first power play of the evening for Simley. A quick little give and go, a good opportunity for Carlson. But Protas able to shut it down. Cardinals not able to get it out. Backdoor opportunity off the mask for Protas coming across the goal crease.
And Tommy Carlos does a nice job of just clearing the puck down the ice.
Reitman ahead and into the zone for Warwick. Leaves it there for Roach. It's taken away by Pieri. Pieri in. Short-handed breakaway, kicked away, and he ran into the net hard. Pops right back up, lost a glove in the process, but
he destroyed that net.
not how he pictured that one going, but thumbs up, he's all right.
So that's the main thing.
And actually a good thing probably for both of them that he did not run into the goaltender, James Royce.
Yeah.
Royce did his job. He stopped the puck.
He did.
Good face-up by Caden Anderson, just forces it in deep. Coon Rapids bringing some pressure, trying to slow Simley down in their own end, and that's going to get him another penalty as Anderson swept the leg. And it's going to be 5-on-3 for just over a minute.
Yeah, that's really going to test your special teams here. As you're going to see the trip there.
No penalties through the first period and a half, and now they get them back to back.
Penalty has been assessed to Coon Rapids number 28, Caden Anderson. 2 minutes for tripping.
Tight spot for the home team now in a tie game. Just over 3 minutes remaining in the second period. They find themselves down 5-on-3 for a little more than a minute. Simley wins the draw, back to Roach at the point. Near side for Reitman. Deep into the corner. Lost the handle. And smartly played the length by Jeremiah Simonson.
Yeah, I realized he had that opening, made sure he cleared that puck. Take some time off that clock. 40 seconds on that first penalty.
Carlson with speed, gets around Simonson, centering attempt. Stopped by the sliding Matt Ammon. Quick movement, they work it down low. Carlson played it through the crease and off the near boards for Rock. Roach will get it back just out of his reach. And now up top for Sherry. Carlson at the far face-off dot. Roach down low, 2 seconds and 1. And the Cardinals have killed off the first. Still a minute left on the power play. A shot, and Protas able to make the save on that one.
Get a little chippy in front of that net. Make sure you protect your goaltender. So as you mentioned, they were able to fight off that first penalty. 52 seconds remaining on the second one.
Tied up, played back to the point. Another good face-off win by Simley. Winding and shooting is Schultz, but it's deflected up and out of play. Bodies flying all over. A lot of battling for position at the hash marks.
And making sure they, as a defender, you get in front of that puck.
They're going to say it was last touched by Simley, and it's coming out. It did look as if Robbie Watson was the one that went off, as he was the one that went tumbling down. Off the draw, played all the way down by Pieri. Royce sweeps it to Schultz in the corner. Schultz move it ahead and now played across. Watson had to slow up for it. This one played back to Pieri. Pieri had it swept off his stick, recovered by Watson. Watson got it to Schultz. They're clean at the line. Pieri can't get it out. Held there by Peterson, but it gets ahead to Tommy Karls. Karls trying to get around the corner and now steps back. He's bumped off it. Simley recovers. Lost by Carlson at center. Or Peterson, rather. Peterson plays it in. Cardinals have killed them both. 1 minute remaining in this third period. Clearing attempt stopped up and now forced ahead by Ammon. Here's George. Cardinals have the numbers. Tried to leave it off for Lackinen. That was broken up. Ball lost it as he tried to get through traffic. George has it back. He tried to cut to his backhand. Runs into his own man in the corner, but keeps control out to the point. Crosby is shot, and the glove save relatively easy for James Royce.
Yeah, tried to work that puck around, and Royce will take those easy opportunities every time.
Win on the draw by Lackinen, centering just out of the reach of Paul. Attempt at the one-timer, didn't have anything on it for Erickson, and Carlson with it back to center. Carlson across, tipped just wide by Warwick. George bumped and will carry along into the corner and now sweep it to Erickson. Back behind, Van Holzen ahead. Lackinen tried to flip it and didn't get any air on it, didn't get it out of the zone. Carlson slowed up, but has the puck, tried to get through one more man, and then it does get a chance in on goal just before the buzzer, but Protas able to make the save. And we're going to the third period, all tied up. Simley had a 4-1 lead, but the Cardinals scored 3 times in 90 seconds. And we're going to go to the third to decide who wins. We'll take a break, be back with more action from the Crick after this on CTN.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, it's all tied up 4-all after 2. We're joined now by Spartans head coach Austin Kreiser. And coach, through period and a half, everything going your way. You're up 4-1, but a lot of momentum now shifting back into the home team's corner. What do you do to slow things down?
Give Coach Mo, give him and his team a lot of credit here. We knew we were going to be in for a fight. I had an opportunity to coach with Coach Mo at Simley a few years back, and he's a competitor. And if his team's got any fight in them like their leader does, we knew we were going to find ourselves in a one goal or an even hockey game going into the third.
Coach, one of the things we talked about earlier today was you needed to weather the storm on the road. What's your message to the guys going into this break between the third coming out in that third period.
Yeah, we just got to get back to what made us successful in those first 2 periods. We got to play Spartan hockey. It gets down to its 17-minute period. It's win a period, win a game.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the third period. We'll take another break, and we will be back with second period stats and highlights after this. You're watching Boys High School Hockey live on CTN.
I'm a single mother, and I was the main one working, so I never thought that I could go back to school, you know. My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Can't ask for much more on a Tuesday night in mid-December. A little non-con action, and we're all tied up as we get ready to head to the third period. And Howie, you talked about it. It looked as if Simley was going to win this one running away, and all of a sudden Cardinals get those back-to-back power plays, and they capitalize on the second, and that snowballs. And right now they're riding the momentum wave into the third period. Well,
Coach Mo said earlier before the game that previously when things went bad, they weren't able to recover. Not here tonight. They are able to get that 3-goal deficit to the tie game here, and I think that's so important for them, just building that momentum. They're looking for some chemistry on this team. I think in that second period they found some things.
Well, and they came out and they were only down 2-1, and Simley got a couple early to extend their lead up to 4-1. And then Coon Rapids, again, taking advantage of a couple of power plays. Pass across, Tommy Charles delivers at the back door. That same combination in reverse from goal number 1. And then Charles taking it in, taking a big hit, and Van Holzen puts it top shelf. The penalty was upcoming for the hit, but they didn't need it, and then they get it to Charles. He gets his second of the game. 2 goals, 2 assists for the sophomore in this one. And his team back to a 4-4 game. And Danny Protas called on to make some big saves.
He has.
And keep it a tie game as we move to the third.
11 shots apiece in that second period. You see
much better effort from
much
the Cardinals.
Much better effort, and that's what they were looking for. They were looking for that opportunity to really give them a spark, and they have. And now we're coming into this third period with this tie, and it's anybody's contest.
Who will get the fast start in period number 3? We will find out next. More Boys High School Hockey live on CTN after this.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
Well, this is it. Time to drop the puck on period number 3. All tied between the Spartans and the Cardinals going to the final frame.
Yeah, it should be a good third period, Joe. You talked about momentum to Coach Kreiser, and they had that momentum early, but Coon Rapids grabbed it back, and it'll be interesting to see who carries that over here into period number 3. We've seen Simley be very aggressive. We'll see if they continue to do that.
Well, early on, we're definitely setting the pace. They were keeping the puck deep in the Coon Rapids end. They were generating a lot of shot opportunities. But, boy, once the Cardinals started moving, and again, Simley back on their heels a little bit due to back-to-back penalties. But the Cardinals fought through a 5-on-3 situation for a full minute.
They did.
Late in the period, and were able to sustain it. And who knows, maybe that has Simley back with it with a little bit of jump to their legs. But who can get the big start? And the great thing about it for Coon Rapids is definitely the first line generated all of it as they scored 4 goals. But late in the period, the second line was getting some good opportunities as well, and the third line got in and chewed up some valuable minutes. So, as long as they can get a good effort from all 3 lines, this is good things. Here's Tommy Karls with a takeaway just inside his zone, trying to hop back around, but Reitman able to poke it free. Recovered by Schultz, plays it off the boards, and moved along for Watson into the zone. Watson will flip it high and wide, and it will carry all the way back to the Simley end, where it's recovered by Connor Carlson. Carlson behind his own net, able to sidestep the pressure from Anderson, get to center. He's bumped by Ammon, but carries into the zone. Rubbed there by Knapp, plays it back to the line for Sherry. Sherry walks to the middle to Roach through traffic. That was deflected wide. His shot in. Protas the save. He's stretched out, able to get it swept into the corner and keep it in front of him. Knapp trying to kick it to center as he bumped to the boards by Peterson rather. And Crosby collecting off the boards. He'll send it into the far corner. Backhanded ahead by Sherry, and Peterson gets it to Warwick at center ice. He lost the handle. Van Holzen trying to dance past a couple of Spartans, but it's held there by Peterson. Roach back at the line. This shot got through. Protas makes the save and holds on for the whistle.
Simley looking to apply a little pressure here. I think it's big. That first goal scored here in the third period is going to be a big one, because you want to, if you're Simley, you want to grab that momentum back. But if you're Coon Rapids, you want to keep it. And you're playing. You're right now. You're playing maybe your best hockey of the season.
Good win off the draw by Warwick. Just tipped it past George, recovered, and then fanned on the shot. The shot from the point. Protas able to see that one all the way off the stick of Joey Gorman and makes the save. We'll try it again.
I'll bring that face off to his left.
If he can find the puck.
It's in there somewhere. I think, is it there? No.
Somewhere.
Here's my gum.
Inside my
it's somewhere
bag.
there. Yeah, there's a sandwich for later.
I think it's in here.
Okay, we'll find it eventually. It's not the jersey. You check the jersey. It's not the breezers.
I'm pretty sure it's in the leg pad.
Yeah. Huh. It's gone. It's gone to that abyss that lost pucks go to.
I don't know that I've ever seen it take this. I don't know that I've ever seen it take this long.
Oh, there it is. It came out. Here's a prize. Put a quarter in, and a puck comes out.
Be great if you could hide one in the pads of your opponent's netminder.
Yeah.
You certainly don't want one lost in the pads of your netminder. Loose puck comes to lock it in, flips it across ice through center. Recovered by Schultz just into the Simley zone. His pass ahead was deflected, but gets to Peterson. Peterson can't get past the poke check by Van Holzen, but then able to run Van Holzen over in the corner. George throws a body into the mix. He's able to come away with the puck, flipped it off the back of the cage. Centering attempt stopped up and covered by Protas.
Yeah, all of a sudden Protas, he's got big, sees that puck come out in front.
Well, and just a really good stick by Danny, making sure that that pass is not going to come from behind the net and get anywhere near his back door. That is a great skill for a netminder to have. Prevent those passes, at least deflect them. Can't let it get through to the back door. If you can stop it, a turnaround chance out front by Watson. And Protas in position to make the save, and it's deflected up and out of play. Reutemann wins the draw. Watson recovers. Shoots right into the chest of Danny Protas. Moved ahead to Tommy Karls. Tommy Karls into the zone, tried to leave it off. McKenna had to reach back for it. Gets it to Karls, back to McKenna. McKenna out onto his backhand. Ran into traffic and now slides it back in deep. Watson will swing it around to Reutemann. Centering pass broken up momentarily by McKenna, but kept in. And Gorman had his stick lifted by a good pack check by McKenna. Karls back the other way, walking in, shot, blocker save up into the netting.
Well, looked like defender just played off him.
I was going to say, you get clearly no communication there, as the defenseman was thinking it was a 2-on-1 and started sinking away to the pass and didn't realize he had somebody else behind him.
And Tommy probably realized, gee, I'm wide open.
I guarantee he was not expecting both defensemen to basically stay where they were, stacked on top of one another. I just don't think Schultz knew that he had support behind him. This one flipped off the boards, out to center, gloved down by Van Holzen, but Simley able to sweep it along. Peterson gets it in the zone. They were offside momentarily. Good stand-up there by Caden Anderson. But Carlson carries in, shoots, and scores.
That's a big goal. That's a big goal. There's plenty of time left, obviously, but Simley, who controlled this hockey game for the majority of that first and second period, all of a sudden finds himself tied now. The goal there gives him that lead. See it again. Just pushed
Carlson's second of the game, sneaking it just inside the post. Losing an edge in the corner was Peter Gorman. Cardinals able to get it to the line and out. And now Hammond will carry. Defenseman dropped his stick. This is played in on Royce. He's just going to cover up, as Wyatt Ball was the first one in.
Yeah, a couple of Cardinals there trailing.
Well, you want to be real careful with the puck now that you have that lead back. And the senior keeper certainly well aware of that. Karls to face off against Watson. To the right of Royce. Watson able to win it into the corner. Swept behind by Myers. Long pass to Gorman into the zone. Shoots, pad save, rebound, a shot, and a goal for Robbie Watson.
You talk about just getting a couple of goals in a short period of time to just take this game back in your control, and that's what Simley has done.
Back-to-back goals just under 30 seconds apart.
Robbie Watson with a nice goal for,
and that's going to be it for Danny Protas, as Andrew Argyros will come in and take over.
That's goal number 6 for Robbie Watson. He's the leading scorer.
He's had a nice game.
Yeah.
He really has been around the puck a lot. And a tough start to the third period for the junior netminder, and that's just, you can't let that rebound go where it did. Be nice to have a body on that attacking player, but he got a piece of the rebound too. Got it with his chest and his mask a little bit, but it deflected up and in. And Simley. Back in control, 6-4. Still a lot of time left. A little less than 3 minutes, but we've seen a lot of quick goals in this contest. As Coon Rapids got 3 of their goals in the second period at a time span of 85 seconds. And now just 28 seconds apart. Simley breaks the tie and then spreads the lead.
Yeah, a little bit concerned, look of concern on Coach Mo's face as the Cardinals came out flying in that third period with some momentum, but Simley cooling them down.
Taking advantage of opportunity, and Simley has done it with bringing numbers and pressure. And they're back in front. Simonson will carry into his own zone, behind his own net, pressured. And he tried to tie up in the corner, lost the handle. Centering pass comes all the way through to Schultz, and he was tied up by Ball. Warwick able to knock it free, keep it in momentarily. Cross-ice pass tipped in by Laakkonen. Cardinals gave up, thought it was going to be icing, but the refs thought Laakkonen got a piece of it. No call as Schultz was taken down in the corner. Cardinals trying to collect it. Laakkonen comes away with it momentarily, gets a little bit of room, snaps it toward the net, deflected up and over, recovered by Van Holzen in the corner. Poked back for Tyler George, got lost in his skates, swept down low, and then came free. And finally, Warwick able to play it out to center for Simley. Simonson trying to play through the line change. To the top of the circle, snaps his shot, kicked away by Royce. Got the rebound back for George. George went down to the corner, kept in at the line by Erickson, and now sent down and around by Knapp. George on the backhand, glove down there by Jamie Warwick. He'll get it ahead and then get it right back from Gorman. He sends it in deep. Peter Gorman, first one there, skips over his stick. Caden Anderson sweeps it out to center, where Watson turns it around. His pass hit a skate. He takes it right back, fanned on the shot. Second opportunity, kicked away by Argyros. Stood up in the corner, puck still in his skates, kicked at by Erickson and swept behind by Crosby. Trying to flip it up and out was Ammon, but Watson sends it out front to the man on all alone. Puck bouncing around, still loose, and now in the net, and now waved off. That one changed direction a lot, and that's what you call getting pucks and bodies to the net.
Well, Jarros was moving all over the place.
Well, and this is a one where Crosby kind of overskated it, reached back for it, and then it went under him. And they say the net came off before the puck went across. Second disallowed goal of the game for Simley. And see where the net came off, but a fortunate bounce for the home team, because that would have maybe been the straw that broke the camel's back. Icing waved off as Simley able to get a piece of it. Royce flips it around high off the glass, sent back in deep by Carls. Recovered behind by Sherry and moved along. And now it's Warwick into the zone. Ends up in the corner and sends it behind where Robinson has it. Back out to the point. Schultz overskated it. Turned over, and here's a 2-on-0. Pieri just out of the reach of McKenna.
A little bit too much on it.
Played out front. Carl's trying to redirect, then got it back to McKenna. Schultz has seen enough. He just wants it all the way down, and he gets it right on goal so they can get some new legs out there. Cross ice pass taken away. Fan on the shot by Reutman.
Yeah, Reutman had a nice opportunity.
A turnover at the top of the zone on that cross ice pass attempt. Gave him an odd man situation. Fanned on the shot. Tipped along by Peterson. Nicholas behind his own net for Coon Rapids. Pass by Laakkonen was behind Ball. Does come out to center, and then the dump attempt went off his own man. Crashing to the net was Ball. Royce able to make the save, and they just fire it back out. Stopped up by Ammon. Ammon fired it in wide, glove down, and now covered by James Royce.
See the time remaining, 8:51 in period number 3. All of a sudden, Simley back up top by 2 goals. A couple of big goals for them in a very short period of time. Regains that lead. Had too many men on the ice.
They did. Tie up off the draw. Puck ends up in the corner. Ball able to get there first. Lockenin tied up. Puck comes free. Ball nearly dug it loose. Getting control is Reutemann. He'll send it in on the backhand. Hammond behind his own net. Had it bounce off his stick. Centering attempt stopped up by Crosby. Lockenin can't control. Had it taken away by Gorman. Centering pass just out of the reach of Warwick. Tipped to center by Crosby. And he'll send George into the corner. Go out front. George looking for him, but the pass a little bit behind. And Crosby was well defended. And here's a 2-on-1 again for Simley. Good sliding save by Ammon. Able to knock that puck loose and break things up, and then the crash to the net takes it off its moorings again. This faceoff should come back out in neutral ice. Good play by Matt Ammon. Good communication, good reach, and a good job getting his stick back out of the way. Not sure.
Yeah.
I don't understand how it's staying in the zone. Their player crashed into the net and took it off its moorings.
No fight back for the Cardinal coaches on that.
This one tipped out front and a good quick shot, but Argyros up to the challenge. Sends it away from Whittam. Another one bouncing around dangerously. Now tipped ahead, and Caden Anderson with speed into the Simley zone, and he fired just wide to the far side. Kept in, Simonson, his shot blocked. Bounces out to center. Watson had it knocked away by Van Hulsen. It will recover off the near board. Just under 7.5 minutes remaining in the third period. The Spartans now up 6-4 after getting quick back-to-back goals to open up what had been a 4-4 tie. Left in the corner. Simonson backhands it along. Nobody out there, and it's just sent back in by Carlson. Centering attempt and no chance for Argyros on the quick one-timer by Jamie Warwick.
Yeah, just planted right out in front. And just give credit for the nice pass out in front of the net and the quick shot to get the goal to increase this lead now to 7-4.
Well designed as it was played in deep. And just quickly centered, and a one-time goal for Warwick.
Warwick's 7th of the season.
Peterson an assist to go along with his 2 goals in the game, and Simley up big, 7-4. Carl's shot blocker saved by Royce. Kept in at the line by Ammon. Sending it behind is Myers. Simley fans want a trip. I tend to agree, but the officials do not. Into the zone is Carlson. Wanted to backdoor, but it was taken away by the defensive Michael Crosby, and Argyros just shuts him down in close.
Now smartly just make sure he covers up on that puck. They're going to get the shot in on net. Rebound just harmlessly in front of him, able to pull it in.
Played back to the point, tipped out to center by Lockenin, and he'll skate in. Tried to get it across out front. Third man in was Ball. He was able to get it to George, and now he'll get it back from Van Hulsen out at the point. Wyatt Ball gets it back to Lockenin. He had it taken away and sent the distance. Icing waved off as Nicholas recovers. Van Hulsen now back to Nicholas. Nicholas will send it around for Tyler George. George back in for Nicholas. That pass partially broken up, but recovered by Ball. Now played across, and here's Van Hulsen to center. Van Hulsen chips it ahead. George gives chase into the corner. Slowed down, and Roach has possession. Nicholas keeps it in, gets it right back. Overskated it a bit, looked for help. None there. It's turned around by Gorman. Ahead for Reutman into the zone. Reutman spun around. Pass was deflected. Played to the boards by Nicholas. Schultz able to sidestep some pressure and then rubbed off it. It's recovered behind the net. The pass by Erickson went off the back of the cage and now played all the way back around to the far side. Jason Klebeck into the game over there along with Fladibo. And this one played all the way down right in on Royce. With less than 5 minutes left. Royce plays it ahead, but it was held in the zone by his own man. Cardinals did have to get back onside. This one moved for Warwick. Got it ahead for Robinson, and Robinson pressures into the corner. Warwick off the turnover. Schultz through traffic. Argero's bobbled and lost control. Puck comes loose to the far near boards.
A shot right in the midsection, but not able to control it.
Ahead but not out. Fladibo plays it across. Skipped over the stick of Klebeck, and it's played back in deep. Pieri sends it in. Pieri trying to walk out front and jam something home. Royce trying to control. It's loose under there, and finally the whistle sounds. You saw that puck come sliding out as there was all that traffic, and then I think it was one of the Simley sticks that swept it back in where their keeper could get control of it.
Yeah, making sure that he's going to keep it out of the net. Under four.
Carl's able to dig it out. Oh, it was kicked at by Pieri. But yeah, just dirty goals count just as much as pretty ones.
Yeah, as long as they find the back of the net, what does it matter?
Watson recovers behind the net. A good tie up there by Crosby. Ammon comes away with it. Pieri plays it off the board and out to center. Sent right back in by the Spartans. Crosby in the near corner. Chased behind by Carlson. Ahead for Carls. Bounced away from him. A chance at a second goal for Jamie Warwick.
Again, you turn the puck over in your own zone and those things happen. And a goal scorer like Warwick, you can't afford to give him that kind of opportunity as he is going to make you pay. Just looking across the way, Coach Mo with his hand over his eyes, trying to figure things out again. They've given up a lot of goals this season, especially in the last 3.
Well, and 4 unanswered here in the third period after coming back from a 4-1 deficit. This is not what you needed to see in the third period as you're trying to get things turned back around right before your holiday break. They've got 10 days off now before going to play a couple of Wisconsin teams in Somerset just before the new year. Lockinen's shot deflected up off the glass, tipped out to center by Reutman. Getting there first and across off the crossbar by Peter Gorman.
Yeah,
and again, just flipping it out to center, using your speed to create odd man rushes. You might have thought Jamie Warwick was going to try and go for the hat trick.
Oh, nice feed here, though.
But a great pass. And Gorman got just a little too much underneath it. Off the crossbar and out of play. Sending it in deep is Fladibo. Royce chases it behind the net, able to swing it around for Robinson, who gets it out to center, and Nicholas has to chase back into his own zone. Pursued by Watson in behind his own net. Watson able to get the puck away from him, spin, take the shot, and Argeros makes the save. Cross ice pass stopped up, held in by Schultz. Tipped out to center and sent ahead by Jake Corey. Getting a little varsity PT. Turnaround shot missed wide. Tyler George just absolutely lit up his own teammate. by mistake and see who it is. It's
he's still
Jason
on the ice.
Klebeck, and
he's got just shaking the cobwebs out.
Yeah, he ran into a truck. Unfortunately, it wears the same color jersey.
Yeah, we'll see it again here. He just missed. He did light him up.
It's the biggest hit of the game, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. Unfortunately, it was your teammate that you hit.
You just made the season-end rollout.
That's
Face-off in the Cardinals zone, 2:01 remaining third period. Simley in complete control, up 8-4.
Yeah, he's going to get a little medical attention too.
Well, you got to go through the concussion protocol.
Right.
Quick shot, save made, rebound loose. Argero's scrambling. Finally kicked free by Ammon, and he'll skate ahead and now send it out to center. Knocked down by George, kept out of the Simley end. Ammon has to slow up and unable to do so. It'll be offside. He had a couple of teammates in the offensive zone.
You see the time, 1:42, and Simley has controlled this third period. Well, and that's what Coach Kreiser said. We got to play Simley, we got to play Spartan hockey in that third period, and they certainly have.
Out to center, stopped up there by Sherry, and now controlled into the zone by Peterson. Peterson in some traffic, not able to get past ball. Kept in at the line by Sherry. Played down low, puck bouncing around. Shot just wide by Carlson. Crosby will skate it out of his own end. Trying to get it ahead, and they stayed onside. Crosby threw a little bit of traffic. It's in his skates. Not even he knew where it was. Back the other way is Warwick, able to split the defenders. His shot, and Argeros makes the save. Under a minute remaining as it's played along for Michael Crosby. And he's definitely offside as he switched. And right in the blue line. You have to get across the blue line first. We're going to make that switch. But
another opportunity for Warwick, though.
Nice little move by Jamie Warwick. Pass back was out of the reach of Erickson. Sends it around for Nicholas. Nicholas able to play it to himself around a forechecker. Cross-ice pass nearly broken up by Pieri. Sent in and around. Spartan's able to break it back out. Kept in, not quite. But a quick tag, and circling back with it now is Joey Gorman. Nicholas ahead for Carl, skips away from him, looking for help, drops it. Pieri is shot, and save is made. Nicholas to Carl's, a shot, a glove save, rebound loose. A lot of pushing and shoving, and the buzzer finally sounds, and this one mercifully over for the Coon Rapids Cardinals.
Yeah, totally outplayed in that third period by the Spartans, and especially with that momentum coming in, that you would have thought they had that opportunity, but Simley made sure that they were not going to let Coon Rapids stay in this game, and they scored those 4 goals to take control.
Shots on goal in the third, 20-7 in favor of the visitors. They put 4 behind the keeper, and the losing streak grows for Coach Moe and the Cardinals. We'll take a short break. Be back to wrap things up from the Crick after this on CTN.
Hi, I'm Officer Harmoning, and this is Crime Prevention in 60 Seconds. Today we're talking about the importance of a nightly routine as it pertains to safety. On any given night, our officers will tell you that they see several garage doors that have been left open. This is just an invitation for criminals to come onto your property, take your tools, bikes, and other valuables. Burglaries often occur when 1 or more doors have been left open or unlocked. Don't make it easy for the bad guy to come into your house. Take a few minutes before you go to bed. Walk through your house. Make sure all doors, including your garage door, are shut and locked, as well as lower level windows. Turn on your outside lights. Turn off heaters, fireplaces, and unplug any unnecessary lights such as decorative or string lights. And of course, check on those adorable kids, dogs, cats, and fish to make sure all is well. If you make this a habit, you'll make it harder for thieves to target your home. And you may sleep better at night too. That's it for now. Until next time, remember that together we can make a difference.
James Royce got to watch most of the third period because it was played at the other end.
Yeah, he did.
It was all about who would come out with the jump in their legs for the third period. It started tied at 4, and it was all Spartans. Coon Rapids had a couple of chances early, but then the Spartans, once they got rolling, they went on the attack. They kept the Cardinals bottled up, and they cashed in on just about every opportunity they had in the period.
Oh,
it's all about getting lots of pucks, lots of bodies to the net.
Very similar to that first period for Simley. In the third period here, they were able to control that first period. They were able to control the action, get bodies to the net, get shots on goal. And we saw them do that again here in period number 3, and they really just pulled away from it to get their win. They're going to move their record to 5-2-1. The Cardinals will drop to 1-6 on the season.
6 straight losses as they head to the winter break. And yeah, again, 20-7 shots on goal in favor of the Spartans, period number 3.
Yeah, a lot of shots on goal for Simley. You saw 47. Cardinals not able to get their offense going in period number 3, and it was a difficult situation for them. Simley made it extremely hard for them to get back into this game.
Well, we'll take kind of a break.
A little bit.
Kind of, not really. We're going to be at it again on Thursday night over at the Fieldhouse.
Yeah, day's break.
A big rivalry, girls basketball between the Cardinals and the Bengals. Then we take a week off.
Yep.
And we'll do a couple of outdoor games for the Cardinal Cup. CPCR girls hockey team doing very well right now. And they've got a couple of big games this week before they hit into their break and then continue with their tournament. For the boys, they're off until the 28th, 29th when they go to Wisconsin. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score from the Coon Rapids Ice Center is Simley 8, Coon Rapids 4. I want to thank Vidayath for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.